Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz September 10, 2017, 1:01 a.m. in Birmingham. And wow, have we got a mess. And but these dates, guys, I believe they're alluding to something bigger to happen, and not to say that Irma and Harvey's not big enough, but let me read it to you. And I don't have it in an order, but I have it in kind of the order that we're going in today. And Daniel's 70th week, that is simply the final 7-year tribulation that'll be upon earth. Let me tell you what starts off the tribulation. Just because August 21st, 2017, the eclipse, and then August 25, Harvey hitting Texas, doesn't mean that these are the start of these pains that we're having and disasters and the waves roaring, but it does line it up when you put Luke 21:25 together with these two events. That's worth paying attention to. And then Luke 26-28 continues to warns the world about look up, pay attention, what is about to happen here, or could we be in the days when we need to keep looking up and be watching because of your redemption drawing near. Let me say the very thing that got me to do this particular blog. The UN every year on September 21 has the International, the World Day of Peace. Each year they have a different name for it. Guess what the name for the UN, September 21, 2017, National Day of Peace, Worldly Day of Peace, guess what little denote goes with that, the title of that? Peace and safety. Simply put, that is what they tagged with September 21, 2017, the UN yearly National Day of Peace. They titled this one Peace and Safety. What does the Bible say about hearing the words peace and safety? We have always tagged it with the Jews saying peace and safety. But no, we've not. In part we have, but what we tag with the Jews is a 7-year peace treaty. Peace and safety. That's their motto for this year. And it falls on September 21. Well, it does every year. But what else falls on that date? Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. Right on the tails of that, what else is going on? Well, when you hear peace and safety, number one, the thing that Jesus says immediately after that, sudden destruction comes. They're going to say that the 21st of this month, the same day of the Jewish New Year of year 5778. And then what else? Israel, when you hear again peace and safety, sudden destruction, and 7 years of peace, they all point to one thing. Look up. Your redemption is near. So the date August 21 to August 25th to the world means nothing But yet, here we are with the world tagging this peace and safety to a biblical event. And the words in a term that the Bible uses is look up. When you hear these words, look up. Your redemption draws nigh. Well, then the pangs of the pregnant woman, she travails because of the pain. This is the 23rd of September. The King Star's been born. And I want to say also, when you go to Thessalonians 5, when you hear peace and safety, look up because your redemption is near. That day, if it were to happen with rapture of the church, more people will die in that day since the people that died in the days of Noah. More people died in that day than in this day, but this day is a monumental event for us today. So are we there? Really? Are we there at that time and that date? I don't know. But be ready, keep looking up. Well, it does not matter we are there, or it does not matter where you are. If you're in a bunker 5 miles beneath the earth, if you're on a mountainside and you have a bunker there, or if you even have one that's under the sea, well, guess what? You can't hide in it. You can hide from this Hurricane Irma, and you might can hide from if earthquake or more follows Hurricane Irma. That would be the sign that we really need to start looking up, because if we have an earthquake, then that's everything's happened. When you see these things come to pass, then you look up because your redemption is near. And so how many I won't do that. But how many people are hiding in bunkers with Irma? I would think quite a few. I would even think those in Washington may be ready to scoot down a few dozen floors and out of the White House and escape to safety. And they will escape Irma, but they may not escape an earthquake, and they cannot escape the first day of the 7-year tribulation. But you can. You can escape that day. And that day could start anywhere around from this day forward. And it could happen next year. It could happen the year after or the year after. I have no idea. But when the UN motto for this year, the National Day of Peace, is peace and safety, that's worth paying attention to. And if we see the earth travailing with the waves in the seas, that's worth paying attention to. And if you see an eclipse on the 21st day of August, and then Luke 21 says, and then you see Harvey on the 25th, and then you have Luke 21:25, and then the next three verses, 26, 27, 28, they're talking about us to look up. That is the time that I'm making reference to right now. Those times immediately behind these events that's taking place in the big event, September 23. But September 21 is a bigger event when the UN declares peace and safety for the world. Then you start looking up. I wouldn't wait till then. That is also the Jewish New Year, again, 5778 begins that day, and then 2 days later, you have great signs and wonders in the heavens, just what it says right here in Luke 21. Guys, this can't be ignored. Whether it is the date and the time, I don't know. Whether it be even the year or the 2-year period, 3-year, I don't know. But no way in the world I would take a chance on it not being the date and the time. Jody Wolf Expoz.